it's Christina from Card Making Magic. This is the card that I'm going to make today. It's a very easy stepper card and there's very little measuring in it for you to do. So the first thing to do is to create yourself a template, and this is just a piece of A4 card. Now all you're going to do is measure 2 inches in from the card, and then you need to find the 2 inches from either side. So that's your first mark. You're going to do the same on the other side, 2 inches up and 2 inches in, and make another mark, and you're going to do exactly the same on the other side, 2 inches up, 2 inches in. Then from that 2 inch mark you need to go up another inch along there, and the same on all of the other marks. Now this is going to be your cutting line, but we also need to make sure that the card is folded in half. So if you just score it along the half, you're going to score it along these marks here, and you're going to score it along all this line. So I'm going to put those marks in pen, and then you can see them. So this will be your cutting line along there, and this you're going to fold. You're just going to score and fold those, and again this will be the cutting line. Now obviously you're not going to do this on your good card. This is just purely and simply to show you where the marks are, and then halfway across the card is another fold line. So all those have got to be scored, and this has got to be cut. So I'm going to cut along the dotted line between the 2 inch dots, and then once I've done that I can fold all the card in half, and if you crease it with a bone folder, you know you'll have a nice sharp crease. And then the marks that you've made at the bottom, you're going to push the first fold back, and you're going to push the other fold up, so that you have this shape in your card, and you're going to turn it round and do the same on the other side. And again, once you've got those folded, just crease it and give it nice sharp creases, and then once you've done that, that is how your card will stand. Now if you make this template, you can keep it safe and use it whenever you want, but if you make these marks on your card that you're going to use, just use pencil, and then these can rub out. Now once you have your card folded, you can just open it out and use all these areas to create mats and layers for yourself. So I'm going to do my card in 2 shades of lilac, and I've created one mat for this side with a smaller layer on top of it, and I've done exactly the same on the other side, so they can be glued together and glued in place along there. Then along the bottom I've cut myself another darker purple layer, and on top of it I'm going to glue in a paler one. But before that is added to the card, I'm going to wrap it with some ribbon, and that can be glued on the back before it's added to the card. So once those are glued in place, I've created another mat along there, and then on this one I've created a smaller mat, and I've just cut down a piece of the Spellbinders crisscross pattern, and that's going to sit on top of there. Now I've added that panel and glued it direct to the card. This one I've left a little border around the edge, and I'm going to add that with foam tape. And then on top of it I've coloured a Mo's digital pencil image, and this is Joni, and she's also been added, or she's going to be added, with foam pads to sit along there. Now once I've got my main elements in place, I can decide where I want to place everything else. So I'm going to stand the card, and then I can see where I want to add things. So we have a sentiment, we have some flowers and some butterflies, and I also have created a little bow to sit on the card. Now I'm going to add the bow along the bottom there, and I have a little dazzler that will sit in the centre of the bow. So I'm just adding it with some hot glue, and that's going to sit along there with my little shiny centre in the middle of it. I'm adding the happy birthday sentiment into the right hand side, and that's going to sit along there, and I think we'll add in a silver butterfly along there. And then my flowers I'm going to arrange on the other side, so I'm going to need to lay that flat while I put the flowers in place. Now this is one of the little pearl sprays that I've just done a video on, and I've shown you how to make them, and I'm going to add that over there. I'm going to pop my flowers in along the side. So I'm going to go away and do that with my hot glue gun, and I'll come back to you when I've done that. So to finish my card, I have put some diamante trails from the butterflies. I've put some want to scrap bling along the side. I've dotted some pearls on the cross sections, and the last thing I'm going to do is just sparkle up my flowers. So I'm going to use some Cosmic Shimmer Dries Clear glue, and all I'm doing is just dotting some glue onto the petals, and it looks like a blob, but it will dry flat, and your sparkle then will just be stuck to your petals. So I keep all my glitter in a larger box, and now all I have to do is just add the glitter to my flowers and sprinkle off the excess, and then leave it all to dry. And once it's dry, I can then dust off the surplus glitter, and the card will be finished.